If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your faded words I will choke.
Happy Top 5 Tuesday to everyone in the sports universe. It is November the 22nd, 2022. This is the AM Drive on our Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook pages. For Aaron Crouch and See Me Action, I am Michael Carbelos saying hello and good morning to everyone. This show is sponsored by MikeandAaronDrive.com. It's our website. Go there and find our sponsors, shop, socials, and YouTube all in one place. When you click the Our Shop tab, you can once again use the code FREESHIP. You use the code for free shipping, Mahomes, which expires this Sunday, the 27th of November. That's free shipping with code Mahomes, and that expires this Sunday, the 27th. Let's react to the 49ers beating the Cardinals last night, 38-10. And I found this very interesting because Kyler Murray did not play, and I'm not saying Colt McCoy is not an adequate backup because he is. But for 49ers fans to boast on Twitter like they did last night is pretty funny to me. I wasn't the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo threw 4 touchdowns as if that matters against the Cardinals. Like, the fact is, Arizona is the scum of the NFC West. Like, they are the bottom feeders. They are the refuse. They are the leftovers of that really good division. Like, they can be competitive. They might sneak out a win against a good team. But against their own division, they are terrible. Even last year, did anyone really take the Cardinals seriously? Well, let's be honest. Look at what the New York Giants did when they were 7-2. And now, of course, I believe they're 7-3 after a loss to the Lions. But it's interesting to me that you have these teams that like show up for certain games, like they might win a couple of easy ones. All of a sudden, the world is all right according to them. Here's the facts: Cliff Kingsbury doesn't seem to be a great coach. He seems to be an okay coach. And I mentioned on the show before that Arizona having a decent coach and then having a good quarterback should sell them a bunch of tickets for the next 5 to 10 years. Like that's all fine and dandy. But it does not mean you're going to win anything significant. Dare I say even a playoff game? Yeah, they made the playoffs last year. That was like a Super Bowl for them, okay? Like, this team is they're the crumbs, they're the leftovers, they are the runt of the NFC West, and it showed again last night. San Francisco walked into their building and told them, we're going to beat you, we're going to bend you over, we're going to spank you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Kyle Shanahan's a better coach than Cliff Kingsbury by like times 10. Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Colt McCoy, and he might be better than Kyler Murray, considering Jimmy Garoppolo is probably a smarter player. How many times have you looked at a Kyler Murray play, like when he holds the ball by his side and fumbles, or when he makes a stupid play, like a stupid throw? You're like, it's incredible to me that DeAndre Hopkins is on this team and is not requested out yet. DeAndre Hopkins had another 9 catches for like 90 yards last night, and like no one even cares besides fantasy owners. It's phenomenal. This team's got like a bunch of names, and again, I mentioned this on the show before. Like, this team has got like names. They've got Kyler, they've got Coach Kingsbury, they've got J.J. Watt, they've got James Conner, they've got DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Green. Like, those are good names, but this is not working. And 38-10 I don't care if your quarterback's playing or not. They were going to lose that game 38-17 if Kyler played. I mean, my God. They're the scum of the NFC West. They showed a game last night, but if that's what your franchise is okay with, then I wouldn't be mad if I'm a Cardinals fan, if there are any out there that do exist. As for the 49ers, the 49ers should not look at this game with any weight to it. We know Jimmy Garoppolo will hold this team back eventually. I do think this team is capable of winning the Super Bowl, as you'll see in my stock exchange coming up in the next segment. But right now, it's like we know what this team is. They're Super Bowl contenders. And the fact is, they showed up against the scum of their division, and they ran the floor with them. This does not mean the 49ers are all of a sudden the favorites to win the Super Bowl. 49ers fans are annoying when it comes to stupid wins. There's another example last night on Twitter why that was the case. Sunday Night Football, which is where I got the code Mahomes from, free shipping with code Mahomes, expires November 27th. That's this Sunday. If you click the Our Shop tab at MikeandAaronDrive.com. But no, Patrick Mahomes was actually, once again, phenomenal. He was electric. I love how Justin Herbert celebrated like leaving Kansas City a full 90 seconds. Or it was like, I think it was 106 was what Mike Tirico said on that broadcast. Like, it was like a minute and 36 or a minute and 46, or whatever it was. They had more than enough time. I believe they had a timeout on the last drive as well. Isaiah Pacheco, 100-plus yards rushing, and you have a good defense, and you have Patrick Mahomes. That's a recipe for disaster. Like, the fact is, Patrick Mahomes is going to run the league for the next 10 to 15 years. There's nothing anybody can do about it. There's nothing my Colts can do. There's nothing Lamar Jackson can do. There's nothing Joe Burrow can do. There's nothing any of those guys can do because they're all not as good as Mahomes. If Andy Reid literally retired tomorrow, I believe Mahomes would still be amazing. It might be not like as sexy numbers-wise, but you would still be like, okay, that's the guy. Like, that's the guy. Like, I feel like he's learned enough now. If Andy Reid wants to retire in the next couple of years, he can easily hand the torch over to Mahomes or Eric Bieniemy. Like, what if Eric Bieniemy gets to coach Mahomes? That would shut up a bunch of people. Oh, he should be a coach. Well, there's a reason he's not. But like I said, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback we will ever see. Tom Brady, it's funny looking back at like Tom Brady videos. He always needed like a minute 45 and a timeout in order to like kick a field goal to win the game. You give Patrick Mahomes like a minute and 10 with no timeouts and he needs a touchdown, he'll do that. Like, he's literally a step up when it comes to how much time you need. He's a step up when it comes to do you need timeouts. He's a step up when it comes to scoring a touchdown rather than a field goal. Everything he does is better than what Tom Brady did. So even if you do believe in your weird mind that Tom Brady is the GOAT because of 7 rings, this Mahomes guy's coming fast. When I come back, it's time for the NFL Stock Exchange. Who's trending up and who's trending down, and also who's got the best value right now. And is it time to start putting teams in the bankruptcy basket? We'll find out next on the AM Drive. We'll be right back. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at AM Drive Online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah. You want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
And welcome back to the Top 5 Tuesday here on the AM Drive via our Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook pages. Thank you all for tuning in, whether it be audio or visual. If you're watching, you see this logo is the Fanatics logo. If you want your favorite teams or players, merchandise, and memorabilia from every league you support, head to MikeandAaronDrive.com and do what? Gotta click the F. When you click the F, the Fanatics experience is at your disposal. So go there and buy what you need. Don't worry about whether it's NFL Shop or NBA Store. Just remember, MikeandAaronDrive.com. Because when you go there and purchase something, no matter how big or small, it helps us out tremendously, and we do appreciate you for that. Again, you're going to buy sports merchandise. Why not just do it through our link? It costs you no extra time, costs you no extra money. It just puts them in our back pockets, and in turn, we can help you and have fun on the show. I have fun regardless, but it sounded nice when I said it. Click the F on MikeandAaronDrive.com. A Tuesday tradition here on this Top 5 Tuesday. I'm beginning to love this segment. It's called Stock Exchange for the NFL. And I might add the NBA next week as well, because as you know, I'm by myself, and I'm not going to do hockey, but I can sure do the NFL and the NBA. And I feel like Stock Exchange is like a fun way to just kind of look like, well, who am I thinking? Like in my head, who's looking like they're kind of figuring it out, aka trending up, and then who's trending down? Like who's the best value? Who should you buy? Stuff like that. It's kind of like a play on gambling and just fun games. So let's do it. So the best stock in the NFL right now are the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Those are the creme de la creme in the AFC and the NFC. Best value for me, the Buccaneers from Tampa Bay, because whether I like it or not, Tom Brady does exist, and he's smart. He knows football. He knows how to get guys going. If they can figure out that offensive line and get Leonard Fournette some running room, already on top of a great defense, this Buccaneers team is dangerous come the postseason. Like, they are dangerous. I mean, we must respect them. But they're also very low valued right now because they're in a crappy division. Yeah, I get that. That's very true. But there might be some value there. Also, my Indianapolis Colts. Now, Michael, why? They're 1-1 under Jeff Saturday. Well, yeah, that might be true. We just fired our coach 2 weeks ago. But darn it, we've been competitive. We had a road game, which is not telling a road game in Vegas because no one goes to those games anyways. But we had a road game in Vegas where we won. And then we had a home game where if it wasn't for the defensive play calling on the final play of their Eagles' last possession, Jalen Hurts might not score that touchdown and we might win the game. I know ifs and buts or chickens and nuts or whatever they say. I don't even know what that means. Actually, I do know what it means. I just don't know how to say it. My point is, I know it's all hypothetical, but I was very impressed once again with my Colts. When I picked the Colts to win that game, it was wishful thinking. There was some, knowledge behind it, but it was mainly here. It wasn't up here in my head. It was mainly in my heart. And I could say very, very passionately after that game that I'm so happy the Colts gave Jeff Saturday a chance because he might stick around. Who knows? There's only 2 games in, but to me, he's exceeded everyone's expectations, especially the national media. Trending up. Who is starting to grow on me and who should start to grow on you as well? Let's start off with the Dallas Cowboys, okay? Let's be real. Cowboys have been a laughingstock for a long time. They can't ever get it done when time comes, when push comes to shove. And I'll be honest. I think last year, losing the way they did in the playoffs, it's a good thing for them because now they're all a year older. Micah Parsons is an absolute menace. Like this guy, for years and years, I heard people say, well, Aaron Donald this and Aaron Donald that. Sometimes Aaron Donald disappears. Why? He's a defensive tackle. Micah Parsons plays like 3 or 4 different defensive positions assigned to him by defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, and he gets through. He's an incredible player. Might struggle a bit in coverage, but Micah Parsons is the real deal. He pops out every single game you watch. And also Ezekiel Elliott being healthy is a big thing as well. And Tony Pollard is really good. Excuse me. Wow. Also trending up, Monday night's winner of the San Francisco 49ers. I know what you're thinking. Well, Michael, you just bashed the 49ers in the first segment. I didn't bash the 49ers. I bashed their fans. I understand. 49ers are a very good team. And you don't just walk into Arizona and beat up on Colt McCoy. Like, you have to be like Colt McCoy, as I said before, is a decent backup. Like, he's not a bad backup. And for them to shut down him and drop 38 of their own was pretty special. Also, the Tennessee Titans are trending up for me. They were incredible at Green Bay. Ryan Tannehill showed that he can be good if he's needed to, hopefully in the playoffs for Titans fans, not for Colts fans, for God's sake. Derrick Henry is back to form officially. Like I was giving it a couple weeks, but Derrick Henry, the freight train, the locomotive that is Derrick Henry, is a thing. And this team, they need that guy. He's incredible. Almost was able to beat the Chiefs by himself. He's been one of the best draft picks of any running back in any franchise's history. There's been a model of consistency and domination every single week he plays. And this past Thursday night was no different. Trending down. Who's falling down my slope of approval? I know Aaron calls me Mr. Week to Week, and he might be right. Last week, I had the Giants trending up. For the same reason last week where I said Brian Daboll controlled them against a good team and they beat the Texans pretty easily. Well, guess what? This week, they played the Lions. They were still at home. They didn't have to travel anywhere. The Lions had to travel because the Bills played in their stadium. That's another story for another conspiracy today. The fact is, the Lions came in there and punched New York in the mouth. And I will say, one of my biggest problems with the Giants the last 3 weeks has been Saquon Barkley's production. He has once again fallen off like he's hurt again, and I don't understand it. So don't be surprised if he comes to be questionable in a couple of weeks. They were fantastic, and he might have been an MVP candidate. But what happened when he can't run? Daniel Jones throws 2 picks. Go figure. I'm adding a new category as well to this stock exchange. we're adding bankrupt. Like these are like companies on like the Wall Street or whatever it's called. And these are like football teams that I believe don't have a chance the rest of the season. Whoosh, wrong with me. Wow. So there are 3 teams I have bankrupt right now. The Houston Texans, the Denver Broncos, and the Arizona Cardinals. You can add the Carolina Panthers in there. I'll have to look more into this when I'm not so tired, but you get it. Now, here's a subcategory to bankruptcy. It's in danger. The teams that are in danger of bankruptcy. I've got the Los Angeles Rams, who are probably the worst defending Super Bowl champions in my lifetime. Like, well, since I watched football in 2006-ish or 2007, I'll be honest, this Rams team is horrible. They are not good. I don't care who they're playing at quarterback, they're not good. And Sean McVay and Aaron Donald should have retired. The New Orleans Saints are also in danger at this point in time. Andy Dalton is terrible. Where the hell is Michael Thomas? Where the hell is Taysom Hill? Where is Alvin Kamara sometimes? Like this team, like they're like Aaron said, they might just be Tanking. Because why would you wait for Jameis Winston? Like, why does it matter? It doesn't matter right now. The fact is, you have Bryce Young, who's like right from the same area. He might be from Georgia, but the fact is he plays at Alabama. And as you know, Alabama is right by Louisiana. Just ask LSU fans. Okay, so let's get to this now. In danger as well of being bankrupt are the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Raiders just won. It doesn't matter. The Raiders pulled a rabbit out of their hats and beat the Broncos in overtime. Here's a Vice golf clap for you, which is sarcasm for what? Like, who cares? Go to MikeAndAndrew.com for the Vice Golf logo. But say, who cares if you beat the Broncos? They're terrible. You scored 22 points. I know their defense is good, but come on, guys. And also, I'm going to put the Packers in there. Aaron Rodgers couldn't get it done. Matt LaFleur might have lost this team. Obviously, after Aaron Rodgers probably did. I don't know what the team was thinking, letting Devontae Adams just walk like that, but they did. And now the Packers are suffering the consequences. But I don't even know if this team would be good with Devontae Adams. They might help, but not what they're doing. No, sir. When I come back, it's Top 5 Tuesday in full swing. It's Top 5 college football teams, NFL teams, NBA, and NHL. We'll wrap it up next. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popl, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popl instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popl to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popl to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popl. Download our free app and get your Popl today.
Aren't you the Vice golf guy?
Yeah. You want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
If UOC podcasts are running small business, it's hard spreading the word. We'll be the first to admit. Friends want to check it out, but chances are they might not. It's time to grow your brand with Popl. P-O-P-L. Popl is an easy-to-use but high-tech digital business card. You can get your Popl using the code AMDRIVE in all caps for 20% off your order. Set up your links and share. And don't worry, people you share with will not even need a Popl or the Popl app. So when you get your Popl and keychain, Pop's like even credit card format. Enter the code AMDRIVE in all caps for 20% off your order on popl.co. Top 5 college football teams according to Sammy Action. He's got Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State in the top 3. TCU at 4 to round out the playoff, and LSU at 5. Aaron's top 5 college football teams are Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU as his playoff teams, and USC at number 5. My top 5 is very similar to Aaron's. I just have Clemson at number 5. Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU, and Clemson. Now, why not USC? And why not LSU? No USC, because I believe barely beating UCLA, even though they are a good team in my opinion, is not going to do it for me. The Trojans have not shown enough, in my opinion, to be a playoff team. Although, granted, whenever the Big Ten chops its head off, we'll have to see. But as for me, I'm not going to put USC in there. I'm also not going to put LSU in just because of the other SEC team. Like, that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what TCU has done in their conference. Like, they beat the big dogs. Okay, they beat a lot of ranked opponents. And Clemson, of course, ran through the brunt of their schedule. They lost to a very good Notre Dame team on the road. And I believe Clemson would be my number 5 in respect for Dabo. But don't be surprised if I could see USC or Clemson, but right now it's either or because Ohio State and Michigan are going to butt heads this coming up weekend. And I believe Ohio State's going to win, but that's a story for another day. Top 5 NHL teams with Aaron. The Boston Bruins are number 1. The New Jersey Devils, who have won 13 straight hockey games, tying a franchise record, are second. The Vegas Golden Knights are 3rd. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 4th. And the Winnipeg Jets rounding out the top 5. Top 5 NBA teams with me are as follows. And I'm making sure I got this right because I kind of did some modifications to it. I've got Cavaliers at 1, Celtics at 2, the Phoenix Suns in 3rd, and 4th I've got the Dallas Mavericks, and in 5th place, the Milwaukee Bucks. Now let's get to our top 5 NFL teams. Sammy has got the Chiefs at number 1, Dolphins at 2, 3rd place is the Philadelphia Eagles, 4th are the Dallas Cowboys, and 5th for Sammy Action are the Buffalo Bills. Aaron's top 5 NFL teams are as follows. Chiefs and Eagles at 1 and 2, Dolphins at 3, and Bills at 4, while the Dallas Cowboys round out the top 5. And my top 5, as I take us home here, Chiefs in 1st place, Ravens at 2, Dolphins at 3, Eagles at 4, and Bills at 5. Well, that's going to do it for another Top 5 Tuesday here on the AM Drive, here on our Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook pages. Thanks so much for the growing amount of support the show has received. It's been we're full into season 2. There's something in my eye, but whatever. We're full into season 2. We're like a year and a half into this thing. We cannot thank you enough. We got some adjustments coming up soon. We'll announce those maybe this week, maybe next week. But just know we appreciate everyone who has stuck around for this long. Because I mean, it's been hard getting up sometimes. It's been hard, especially working overnight shifts now. It's been difficult to do the show sometimes. Now, yesterday, full disclosure, I overslept. But today, I was tired. And as you know, this is not our primary source of income. That's a long ways away if it ever does happen. Just know we appreciate you and we will do the best we can moving forward. From the bottom of our hearts and from the safest drivers you'll meet, this is me, Mike, saying so long on behalf of Sammy and Aaron. Have a good one, guys. And like I said, drive safe. See you guys tomorrow.